Hi everyone. So our video today is going to focus on some kind of word problems with writing equations. We're actually in our binder for this, so pause the video, find page 197 in your binder. Please take these notes in the binder, not on a separate sheet if you can, and let's get going here. So there's these kind of like hopefully helpful charts at the top of the page here. About like just sort of some general references for what we're going to see here in this section. And I'm not going to talk through them all. You can kind of look through it, but notice we have slope-intercept form, and it says used with one-time fees. We have standard form used with two different items prices. It's just like these are the kind of types of problems where you'll typically use slope-intercept form or standard form. A couple key things I want to point out. When we see a problem that has some sort of rate of change, you might see the words per, each, or every. That's a huge hint that we should use slope-intercept form. The other things you'll see for that is like an initial value or a starting cost. Like that's going to be our y-intercept, and again, those mean we should use slope-intercept form. When it's a standard form problem, you'll usually hear about the cost and the amount of two different types of items, and then maybe a total cost, right? So that's kind of what we're looking for. Notice at the top I've got my three forms written down: slope-intercept form, point-slope form, standard form. For these problems, we're not very often going to use point-slope form when we're doing the word problems. It'll be slope-intercept or standard form. And I know it's been a minute since we've seen standard form, so let's try a couple problems here. So example 1, a recording studio charges musicians an initial fee of $50 to record an album. That seems important. Initial fee, and then studio time costs an additional $35 per hour. See that word per? There we go. That is a big hint that we're looking at a rate. We're looking at a slope-intercept form equation. So this one just says write the equation that gives the total cost of an album as a function of studio time in hours. Okay, so when we do these problems, we need to kind of like set up our variables to mean something, right? And so when it says to give the total cost as a function of studio time, the total part, that's almost always our y, and the studio time, like the thing that says as a function of, that is going to be your x, right? So we're saying that y is the total cost and x is the studio time. So our total cost is going to equal, and we do the rate, mx plus b. So we do the rate, that's $35 per hour. That's like our slope, 35x, plus the initial fee of $50, that's like our y-intercept. So that's 50. Okay? And so if you think about this equation, it's saying we had an initial cost of $50. That only happens once. But then every hour in the studio is $35. So like if it was 3 hours in the studio, you'd have to do 35 times 3. You'd still just do plus 50 then, right, for the initial cost. But the hourly rate, that's your slope. So this is our answer there, right? And hourly rate, just to kind of clarify there, and initial fee is that. Okay. Notice we had to kind of label our variables there. So, second question, example 2. In example 2, Becky decides to join Lifetime Fitness for initiation fee, here we go, of $150. That's a one-time thing. Monthly membership fee is $75 per month. There you go. You see per, you think slope right away. Initiation fee, well, it's one time, that's a y-intercept. Okay, so boom, slope-intercept. So write an equation to represent the total amount of money. That'd be y. Becky spends at Lifetime. Doesn't kind of mention the other thing, so we gotta like write that down. So y is gonna be the total cost, and x, well, what is that going to be based on? It's going to be based on how many months, right? Because it's $75 per month, so x would be the number of months. And so we have the total cost is going to equal, we do our rate, 75x, $75 per month, plus the initiation fee, $150. Now here in part B, how much does it cost to be a member for 1 year? So that's 12 months. So what I have to do is plug in 12 for x. Right, number of months is x, so I'm going to take my equation and say y equals 75 times 12 plus 150. And 75 times 12 is 900 plus 150. So my total cost would be $1,050 for 12 months. Right, you're going to kind of make sure you answer the question in context. If Becky only has $2,000 to spend, how many months can she belong to Lifetime? So this time, the 2,000, that is like the cost. That's the dollar amount. It's not months, that's the cost. Right, and so that would go in for y. Plug in for y. So we'd say 2,000 equals 75x plus 150. So here, we're trying to find x. We want to solve for the number of months. And so I'm going to subtract 150 and get, that's 1850 equals 75x. Then I have to divide that by 75. I grab my calculator. And we see that we get 24.666, so like 6 repeating, right? So 24.6 repeating equals x. Okay, so definitely has enough for 24 months, but not 25. So we would say 24 months, right? Because you need you need to be able to pay that 25th month, and we only have 0.666666 of that. So all right, let's flip the page here. Now we're on page 198. Couple more real quick here. Example 3 is similar to the previous one, so we're going to leave that for you guys. Example 4. No, that's the same. Let's look at example 5 now. In example 5, for a school fundraiser, students are selling seat cushions for $4 each and license plate holders for $6 each. Okay, so notice it's like 2 different items and 2 different prices. Seat cushions, $4. License plate holders, $6. This is a very typical standard form problem. And we get one student raises $304 total. It gives us that total amounts. Ooh, this one's really nice. It tells us that X is going to be number of seat cushions. Y is the number of license plates. So it already gives us our variables. So write an equation that models the possible combination of items you can sell. So how did this person get to, how did this person get to $304? Well, they sold $4 for every seat cushion, but we don't know how many seat cushions, so we say 4. Ooh. We say 4 times X plus, they also sold $6 for every license plate holder, but we don't know how many license plate holders, so that's 6y. 6 times y equals 304. And that's our equation. 4x plus 6y equals $304. And now, if we sold 10 license plate holders, that's y, right? So how many seat cushions did you sell? So we could do this. We could say plug in 10 for the number of license plate holders. That's y. So 4x, we still don't know how many seat cushions, plus 6 times 10 equals 304. And then we solve this. 4x plus 60 equals 304. Subtract 60. 4x equals 244. Divide by 4, divide by 4. Ooh, I think that's 61. Let me confirm. 61. So that would be 61 seat cushions. Okay. All right. So I think that's a good place for us to stop. Thanks for watching.